I'm bigcal and welcome to my world. It is time for another recent video games pickups video and the second of a two-parter of my Sheffield Game Shop pickups. So yeah, in the last video I showed off what I got from Super Retro Video Games, formerly Game and Movie, and today I'm going to show off pickups from a place called Kenny's that I didn't even know existed until around Christmas time of last year, so finally got through to see it. And it's really weird when I went in there because it's like, this shop feels very familiar. The layout and everything looked very similar to Doorway to Darkness, which is in Doncaster, which I've been to a few times, done some pickups videos. Turns out, Kenny, the guy who runs it, best friends with the guy that runs Doorway to Darkness. So yeah, that was pretty cool. So let's get started with the pickups. Firstly, we have a Master System controller. Very, very nice. Nice condition. Not the best controllers, but yeah, pretty decent. And the reason that I bought this is because for the DIY gaming box in March, I had some Master System games to show off. And unfortunately, one of them, Bomber Raid, would not play through the Mega Drive, which is how I play my Master System games, without a Master System controller. So I decided to pick one up. And plus I can play Master System games in general with it just for the more authentic experience. So yeah, have some footage here of me finally playing Bomber Raid and actually being able to, move and shoot rather than just stay at the bottom of the screen and shoot. Yeah, so it's pretty fun and just nice to finally own it. Yeah, very happy with that. Then again for my wrestling collection, it is SmackDown vs Raw 2010 for the PlayStation Portable. Yep, just SmackDown 2010, the PS2 version basically on the PSP. Was never too keen on the SmackDown vs Raw series after 2006, but yeah, it's fine for what it is. Lots of options and matches and big roster and things. Yeah, whatever. For the collection, got a UMD video of one of my favourite films, Ghostbusters! Yeah, Ghostbusters on UMD, so I can now watch it on a really tiny screen. Yay! Yeah, I just like UMD movies, and Ghostbusters rules. A PlayStation 1 game that was on my want list for ages. I remember playing it as a kid. As I've grown older and going on the internet and seeing videos and things, this has come up as usually a pretty crappy game, but I can see that, definitely. So, nostalgia goggles definitely on for me, but I had a blast while I was testing it to get some game footage. Yeah, it's ESPN Extreme Games. And I like how they got ESPN and then they still plaster ESPN2 on it as if, is it ESPN2 Extreme Games? ESPN2 Extreme Games? What? Yeah. Basically, think kind of Road Rash, but you can choose different forms of transport. You've got a skateboard, you've got a bike, what else do you have? Street luge, of all things. And rollerblades. Yeah, so you have to basically go on a race. You can hit people as you go past. You go through different what are they called? Yeah, what are they called? I cannot for the life of me think of the word. Like a big archway type thing. I'll put it up on screen. Showing my stupidity with the word that I don't know. You go through those and you can earn points and money, depending on what form of transport you take. So I was a skateboard, and I think if I went through the green ones, I earned more money for that, but you still earn a bit for going through the other ones. Yeah, and then once you earn money, you can buy upgraded forms of the skateboard or the roller skates that have better stats. And yeah, just go around winning races, and it's kind of like Road Rash in that way, but instead of just on a basic road, you're going through streets and things and avoiding cars, and it's just really fun. I've always enjoyed it. So yeah, gets a bit of a bad rap, but I think there's a lot of fun to be had with it, truth be told. And lastly, as I mentioned in the last video when I got the really bad kart racing games, I want to pick up a bunch of kart races. This was one that I was looking at as well, so I decided to grab it, and that is Muppet Race Mania. Yeah, so it's a Muppet kart racing game, and it's fairly competent from what I could tell. Took me a little while just to get used to the controls, but once I did, I had a blast with it. Now, I have to admit, I'm not really a Muppets fan in the sense that I watched the Muppets growing up. I have no memories of watching the Muppet Show or anything. The only thing I remember was Muppets Christmas Carol and Treasure Island, or whatever it was, and yeah, that's about it. So when I loaded this up, and there was the character select screen, and there was all the different characters that I mostly sort of know, have a knowledge of, and then there's like 30 unlockable characters. I'm thinking, how many Muppets are there? Seriously? I thought that the roster that was already unlocked was like, that's it, those are the Muppets. How many of these buggers are there? I have no idea. But yeah, pretty fun racing game. It's getting a bit costly now. This one was cost me 20. Might have paid a little bit extra, but to be honest, that's kind of to be expected when you go to these retro game shops. You're usually around the same price or a little bit more than what the average price is, just because they need to cover costs and things, and I'm happy to pay a little bit extra in person at a local retro game shop and help support them and keep them up and running rather than just buying off some random dude on eBay. Yeah, so Muppet Race Mania, I was pretty happy with that. So yeah, 2 PSP things, 2 PS1 games, and a control pad for the Master System. So, I'm Big Cal, thanks for watching, let me know what you thought of the pickups that I got for Kenny's, and I'll see you again next time.